Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a nice one. A lot of people were saying that we needed to do a little bit of a stream discussing various questions and answers. Something's gone dodgy on the camera. There we go. Around the charity match. So I figured we might as well do it right now because in 14 minutes' time, that's 14 at noon. UK time specifically. If you're in a different time zone, I'm sorry, I've just lied to you. We will be doing the draw to see who has managed to win themselves one of the printed shirts from the charity match. One of these ones. It's either a Yorkshire Roses one or a Peacocks one. I still can't find the Peacock shirt, but you'll have your own name and number on the back. It'll be great. So if you would like to be in the draw at all, get yourself a ticket. It doesn't particularly matter if you can be at the ground or not on the day. It would be preferable if you could, but all donations and tickets themselves I'm combining into a big pile here. So anyone that has given at all to the Leeds Creator Cup charity match is going to be eligible to win one of the shirts, because I just thought that was a bit fair. If you live in a different country, you can't help it. Like that's not something that you can particularly be blamed for. So you are equally eligible to win. So I think that's basically fair. I'm going to hop through the chat for a minute. You should indeed smash a like and subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated, guys. 1 second. I just need to unbreak my PC. It's always fun when it does that, isn't it? There we go. So you guys have a total of currently 13 minutes to get any late sort of ticket orders, all that kind of stuff in. If you do not do so, if you get anything afterwards, I have been very, very clear about the rules and regs of all this stuff, then tough, basically. You will have missed out, and that is not something that I can particularly help. I have done my best to give you guys as much time as I possibly can, but here we are. But yeah, I hope we're all doing particularly well this morning. Let's have a little bit of a skip along the Leeds news. I've got no idea what's actually been going on today. I'm still a little bit surprised that there was someone who genuinely, before I'd even started the stream, had decided to just downvote it and just give it a thumbs down. And it's like, mate, this is a stream to advertise a charity event. And come on, grow up. Dick move. Either way. In terms of the event itself, you can get tickets down below. You can donate down below. Absolutely everything that comes from you guys that you pay towards the event is going directly to the charity. All of the costs are being paid for by a range of sponsors, including, but not limited to, B&A Machinery, who are the shirt sponsor for the Yorkshire Roses. We've got Match Bingo, who are the shirt sponsor for the Peacocks, but also are the sponsors for the Man of the Match engagement integrations things that we're doing, which comes with a nice shiny trophy that I'm not going to get out of the box of event things, because it's a big box, it's a heavy box, and I don't want to like move things around and jank it up and cause any problems there, because Jesus, that would be not good. In addition to that, we do have a main title sponsor for the event. So I believe off the top of my head, if I just quickly jot down the banner, there we go. The Creator Cup is not specifically going to be called the Creator Cup during the event itself. It's going to be slightly renamed on the live stream, because if we just went with Leeds Creator Cup, we wouldn't be able to get a sponsor on board. And if we didn't get a sponsor on board, let's be honest, the event would not happen. So it is going to be the Leeds Creator Cup with Schools UK Health. Schools UK Health have been genuinely fantastic throughout this entire process. They've been supportive in terms of all the branding stuff that we are able to do. They've been supportive in terms of giving us the resources needed to actually make this happen. And in addition to that, they've been very supportive in terms of one of the little bits of naming rights that they allowed us to do. So specifically, when we put this package up, we said, you will be able to name the stream. You will be able to name the sponsor. Not sponsor, the trophy. which I thought was a pretty fair thing to do. People will have as much flexibility as possible to do whatever they can. And yeah, it's a fair thing to ask, to say they are able to name a trophy when they have paid a fairly significant sum of money to support the event. And they didn't do that. What they instead decided to do was, because I put a couple of various names forward as like, maybe you could consider something like this, not necessarily this, but something like it could be nice. And one of the names that I put forward was the Earnshaw Trophy, because my granddad, Ron Earnshaw, was the reason that I am doing this. He, as you'll know if you supported the walk that I did last year, 42 miles in 24 hours, he's one of the major reasons that I support Leeds United in the first place. Because my earliest memory is Leeds United getting relegated from the Premier League after a financial crisis, and I was round at his house. And that's sort of been a formative thing for me. And when he passed away, it wasn't of prostate cancer. He passed away after a bit of a fall, led to complications, all that kind of stuff. But I figured all of the charity stuff that I do like this, I'm going to do to celebrate him rather than anything else. It's a much sort of better way of doing it, I feel. But he managed to beat prostate cancer with the help of Prostate Cancer UK. Therefore, the Leeds Creator Cup itself will be known as the Earnshaw Trophy, which I really, really appreciate the sponsors for allowing us to do that, because that is genuinely a very, very kind thing. It was literally just thrown in as a suggestion. I was like, cool, let's see if they can get behind doing this. And they did. And it was genuinely massively appreciated on their behalf. It made me very, very, very happy. Indeed, good luck to all. If you are not yet in the raffle, I would highly recommend being in it within the next 7 minutes, because these shirts are going to be very, very, very rare. There are something, I can bring up the exact number. Ideally, before I get overly emotional again, because talking about this makes me all sad and weepy inside. And this way, I can just sort of pretend. 24, 25, 49. There we go. In terms of shirts from the Leeds Creator Cup, there will be a grand total of 63. That's it. There'll be 63 shirts from this year's Leeds Creator Cup. The vast majority of them will stay with the people that are wearing them in the game, because people want them as souvenirs. This is the only one that I believe is going up for some form of competition. There may be one later down the line. I don't know yet, because we have gotten an extra shirt for each of the teams, but this is the only way that you're going to get a specially printed one for you that is just yours. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing that you can do in order to do that. So if you don't yet have a ticket to the Leeds Creator Cup, down below is a link to do so. Down below is also the button you can press if you want to subscribe. It'd be massively appreciated if you could go ahead and do that, because that is also indirectly donating to the charity Prostate Cancer UK, because the number of subscribers that I've got on the day of the event is going to be the number of pennies that I donate to the charity, in addition to all of the other bits and bobs that I'm trying to sort. So if you've not done that, go ahead and do it. If you've not donated yet, go ahead and do it, because that will also put you into the pot. It's not just people with tickets, it's going to be everyone. And yeah, I'm very, very excited for this event now. It's going to be a relatively short stream, by the way, just to warn you, just because I've got quite a lot of stuff to do. Just going to have to give something a very, very quick read. Okay, cool. That's not to. I will note that I do not have quite that much money. I do not have £5,000 to put in the pile. Could you watch live from Holland and donate? You could indeed. So the donate link is also down in the description, I believe. And you have 5 minutes to do so if you want to be in the raffle, and I'm willing to ship the shirt to wherever if people have donated and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you'll be able to watch live from Holland because we're having a full sort of production thing up and running, so everyone is able to give it a watch if they like. Can't wait to see you there, Joe. I can't wait to see you there, Stephen. If you have not yet replied to Darren, by the way, can you please do so? Because I am potentially excited if you fancy being a steward. Although it depends on the time that you're able to get there, because it may need to be relatively early. I've not entirely worked out when we need stewards there and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it'll be fine. We'll work something out. In terms of stewards, by the way, if anyone wants to be a steward, just let me know, because they will be allowed entry into the event. The only sort of like caveat is that some of the behind the scenesy people, we've been able to get sort of custom done shirts and stuff. So like Evie and Crystal and some of the main production people. Not necessarily the case for stewards, but stewards are going to get a nice lanyard. Ooh, and they're going to get an ID thing, and they may be able to get a high-vis vest that they may be able to keep, depending on how bothered I can be after the fact to get everything packed away again. I can be a steward if needed, young and going with his mum. It's totally up to you, to be honest with you. At the moment, we've got a reasonable number of people. It's more having backups at this stage. But we should maybe be okay. We'll find out. Basically. Just hope no creators get injured and can't cover the first game of the Premier League season. How injured do you think they're going to be? The first game of the season's like weeks after that. Are we entering comas? Is that what's going on? No, it should be fine. Put you down for the backup, let you know. I will do. You're on the list as a just in case. I'm going to quickly refresh the orders page, see if there has been any further donations or anything, but it doesn't seem to be the case. As you can tell, I'm very much trying to pad time because I accidentally started this stream a little bit earlier than I probably should have. I decided to start at 1:45 rather than deciding to start at like 10 to or anything. So now I've just got to do like 5-ish minutes of taking time up. The way that I'm going to do this, by the way, is I'm going to do it by. How do I do this? I'll do it by products sold. So in terms of orders, we've got a set number of orders. In terms of products sold, we've got a set number of products sold. There are more products sold than orders because some people have bought multiple tickets for the event. And it feels fairer if it's on a like per ticket basis. So, for example, if you bought 4 tickets, that's effectively 4 things that go in there. So that should be quite useful, I suppose. It's fair enough to let everyone know what the sort of rule is here. In fact, I'll ask that, right? Do we want to do it by orders or do we want to do it by tickets? Tickets. Tickets seems fairer. Because then it'll tend to be a little bit better balanced, you know? 2 minutes. It's not 2 minutes, it's 1 minute. And then I will give it an extra minute after the time has expired. At which point I will, A, keep on refreshing, but B, make sure that there isn't any additional bits and bats that need to be sorted. But let's get random number generator up and running. Cool. And then can someone give me a random number from 1 to 10, please? Because I'm going to spam the random number generator and the X number of times, and then whatever number comes out is what we are going to end up with. We got a 5, we got a 9, we got a 1. I'll go with 5. 5 seems like a nice round number. I'll give it another minute just to make sure that we are not potentially missing anyone that has made an order, because that feels like that would be quite rude. But what I'm going to do is this is going to be a little bit of admin stuff as well. It's going to be a little bit of a nightmare because I'm going to need to work out which number ticket it is from all of the orders. So that's going to be fun. But right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's ticket number 61. So let's have a find of who the 61st ticket is. Let's sort it that way around. So that's 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 11, 12, 14, 16, 19, 21, 22, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 38, 42, 46. That's 50, 52, 55, 57. Why can't I add 2 to things? That feels like a stupid thing. 58, 59. Oh, the winner of the printed shirt, or at least someone from his clan, as I know it is a clan, is going to be David Thornton. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Anthony Walton. You were included in the list, but you wouldn't have been the random number to have been generated in any case. So thank you for the donation. You were included. I want to make sure that everything is like fair and good and just and all that kind of stuff. But the winner has been David Thornton. Congratulations, Dave. What a guy. Considering I do know him. Is he on the charity walk? I think he's on the charity walk this year. I'm just going to ping him a message now. You son of a gun, you won the raffle to get a... don't want... Oh, just done it because I wanted it. That's fine. I just wanted to sort of make sure that everything was like covered, you know? Because there's rules and regulations around doing raffles and things, and they are terrifying. But yeah, that was the raffle done, having been won by Dave. Congratulations, Dave. Very, very nicely done. But yeah, let's just have a little bit of a conversation afterwards. Has anyone got any questions or anything about the charity match? The stream is going to be absolutely spectacular, by the way. I'm planning a lot of fun things for it. And yeah. Sorry, this is a thing that a genuinely serious thing that I can't talk right now. But cool. Anyway, what time will the stream start? Kickoff is meant to be at 1, is the current belief. Got a healthy pre-show, so it'll be maybe 12:15. I might do like Start the stream at 12 to get everyone in as like a waiting room kind of thing. 12:15, I think, would be the idea for when the programming and stuff starts. And then 1 o'clock is when we actually get into the event itself, which is going to be quite fun. But I want at least 25 goals in the match. There will be plenty of goals. I do not see it being a low scoring event. I can see a hell of a lot happening here. When is the walk? Where is it starting from? And what day are you back at church? It is starting in Newcastle on the 9th and then back on the 13th is my thinking. Send me on some more information, times, etc., when I'd have to be there to be a steward. So, to be a steward, this is a fairly important bit because people are going to have to be there for fairly early. As just a steward, it's not going to be super early, but I'm thinking something like a 10:30 a.m. is probably a shout. You might spend a decent amount of time waiting around. That is going to be normal. I'm going to be there from about 8 in the morning anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a day. But I'd look at something like maybe 10, half 10, somewhere in that territory. It's my approximate guess, although I can't be 1,000% sure. My apologies. I'd love to be more detailed, but I legitimately cannot. Because I didn't know that banner was still there. Because in terms of the details, we're still ironing out a lot of things like schedule and stuff like that. Long day for it's going to be a hell of a day. So I'm going to be getting the train over to Leeds the day before, then arriving at the venue at maybe 8. It might have to be earlier. I'm not 100% certain. But I need to help the production guys get set up. Need to do some filming bits and picture bits before the event happens. There's all sorts that needs doing, quite a lot, which is going to be spooky and big and but I'm hoping it should all be okay. That's the general vibe. One second. I'm gonna quickly ping Dave a message. One sec. Bosh, sent. Cool. The 12 lightweight walk stories money for cancer and all back in the 70s and 80s. Football match looks somewhat easier. The football match will be easier physically. The football match will not be easier organisationally. When it comes to doing the walk, there's a bit of a pain around being organised in the first place. But not tons. It's more a case of, okay, so have you got a form of support vehicle? If yes, cool. If no, also cool. Just keep them walking. In addition to that, make sure you got food, all that kind of stuff. But it's not organizationally tough. This is one of those where everything before the event starts is going to be a nightmare. But once the event starts, it gets a little bit easier. So we can sort of hope. I've done fun runs for charity, not possible these days, unfortunately. Yeah, this is why I'm trying to sort of get a load of charity stuff done when I'm young. Because I know that there's going to be a point when I can't. And I want to do what I can to sort of help people whilst I can help people, if that all makes sense. Do it whilst you can, whilst your body can recover, and it'll be fine. Hello, Wayne. Good to have you along. Tell that to someone stuck in a bog 20 miles from... No, but that's the thing. It's like, whilst you're doing the thing, the lightweight walk is tougher. But before doing the thing, this is tougher, having done both. Like, I could approach the charity walk last year and just sort of like vibe a little bit and be like, oh, this is okay. because I'm just sort of working things out. Like, this is a case of what's the route? Nice. Let's follow the route. Let's take it down as much as we can. And then you bump into the slight issues around this where it's like, okay, you need to provide documentation to the venue around safety and planning and timing and all that kind of stuff. You need to get all the players assembled. You need to get the kits ordered. You need to. It's just a never-ending list of you need to do this. 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 And you get into this weird place of, okay, this is going to be a nightmare then. Nice. But it's on the day itself that. Luke's not on the pitch though. This is where we've gotten lucky. On the Rosa's side, Luke is dealing with, I believe, knee injuries, if I remember right, which means that he's going to be coaching rather than actually playing, which is reassuring for us. I've got to admit, it's good to be in a position where it's like, okay, we don't have to play him. We have to play his mind, which is spooky, but we don't have to play against him, which is a small comfort. It's still a comfort, but the comfort is relatively diddy, I've got to admit. Oh dear. I'm already really tired, and I shouldn't be. Because work starts for me in 13 and a half hours. Piss. Any jobs you can't do well as a player, etc. I could always help you out on the day, hence an assistant supervisor. Yes, that's the plan. I've got a couple of people that will be doing odd jobs for me, even if not stewarding, which is absolutely lovely. Yeah, it's Luke and Dillo up against Andrea and Danny Burke, which is, it feels like Pep Guardiola versus Neil Warnock on the face of it. It's going to be terrifying. There we go. There's one of our helpers on the day. Hello, baby zebra. However, you are not going to be one of the helpers in a different regard, specifically the regard of stewarding and stuff like that. You're going to be mainly sat in the commentary box making sure that people stay on script and keep up with the right stuff, which is another thing that scares me a bit. Yeah, it's where and how can I donate? There is a link down below, I believe, if I've remembered to include it. Have I remembered to include it? Let's have a look. Details. Yeah, it's in the Donate to Prostate Cancer UK and the Give Generously link down below, underneath the match tickets one. Which would do it. I'll be causing shenanigans with it. Don't do please don't do we don't need to do shenanigans. I'm already going to be stressed enough without shenanigans happening. You know this. You know I'm a stressy boy. Shenanigans would just send me into a meltdown. If you could pay for the flight from the Netherlands, then I'd do the shooting for free. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just search Netherlands on Google Maps. I'm going to find the most central airport possible. Please don't do anything. Right, Amsterdam is relatively central. So, Amsterdam to Leeds, Bradford. You're going to regret this. I mean, odds are I won't be able to do this. Primarily because I'm already covering hotels for a few various production-y people. It'd be nice to, but 116 quid. That's out of range a little bit. I'm sorry, I would, but I intend to pass on some ad hoc coaching, same as I do for the telly. Pass it. Yeah, that's going to happen from the stance, because I mean, all we do as people on YouTube is point out when people are doing bad things on a football pitch. I like to focus on the good things. But it means that when that bounces back, people are going to point out the bad things that we do on a football pitch, and I don't want people. I don't want that. That's scary. Please, if you're plotting something, let me know. Please. Yeah, they're doing stewarding for free anyway. Like that's currently we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 9 stewards at the moment. 3 of them are professionals that are volunteering. 6 of them are volunteers. I've reached out to a couple more people as well. Wayne, I may have some questions for you at some point after this, mainly surrounding the bar, but we're going to have to find out a little bit more about that. Because I know that it's feasible to open, it's just a question of what the conditions are for getting it to open, and in addition to that, does that mean that we need to do any further security stuff? It's a fun little question. I'm not on comms, haha, luckily. I mean, I don't know how you would comms. Like, your football knowledge is minimal on the best of days. All right, let's have a quick gander. You're not going to be Rail versus City or Winmore versus Seacroft. Winmore versus Seacroft will have been a significantly better match to watch. So, there we go. That's cool, no problem surrounding that. Okie dokie. Evie loves my comments. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know how big that audience is going to be. I think Z's football knowledge is quite good. It's not bad. It's just not all the way there, you know? Like, it's growing, but it's not there. Why are you typing in that? That feels like a bad idea. That screams electric shock. Anyway, right, where? Right, I'm going to end the stream relatively soon because I have a few charity match related things to reply to. But if anyone has any remaining questions, chuck them in the chat now. We'll get them answered, and then we'll see where we're headed. You know. What was I replying? What was I replying? There we go. Message pinged. Farker, no. No, that's in fact we'll have Daniel Farker at the charity match managing one of the teams. Now that'd be incredible, though. Imagine if we could do that. That'd be wonderful. Got a multitask. It's a big day. Is it? Oh, you're on about the charity, right? Okay, sorry about that. I just headache. I'm already tired. I don't want to be tired. Oh wait, no, you're on about your current day because charity match. No, not charity because multitask. I'm already exhausted, so that's good. One, we being kind to other content creators around these parts, because why put negativity in the world? 2, he was originally on the list to play. 3, knee injury probably requires surgery. Not good to really exercise overly on it. That's why he's not going to be around on the day. Because he can't be, because he's hurt, injured. Oh, that's a nice warming light. However, my eyebrow is a little bit dry and flaky. I don't like that. Yeah, just let's be a little bit kinder. Transfer window starts tomorrow. Get some sleep. No, because I start work in 12 hours. Like, I might have a nap later, but that's the best I can do. Best I can do is have a bit of a snooze, but not much. Oh, feck. Hello, 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 Darren. And thank you, Amy, for the donation to Prostate Cancer UK with a couple of tickets. That's massively appreciated. Issue. Slight issue. Big issue. I'm not fully decided. It depends on if I'm like actually busy at that time, and it depends on when you get home. Like, if you get home in a timely manner, then I will wait. Am I not working quality? I am not working quality. No, I'm not working quality because I'm working the thing at 1:30 in the morning. Because work, quite obviously, don't want to kill employees. That would be bad. What time is qualifying anyway? Oh, it's at 2. Lovely. Oh, piss. That means I need to be... means I can't have my nap at 2. I want to have my nap at 2. I ain't going nappy nap. That's fine. Oh, FP3's on. Damn, why did you not mention this, Rachel? Who will also be helping at the event. I do not yet know in what role, but we'll find out. I think maybe just as a sort of general runner. You can't much call it. Why would you... You monster. Oh, trust me, I already have a completely scuffed sleeping pattern. There is no recovering this thing. It's already gone. Like, ain't no pulling it back. It just depends on how scuffed it remains, I suppose. Right, I have been replied to. I can join Discord but not talk. Why? Bros in the house show wants to go to bed. No, I mean, I did. But... accidentally threw a thing. Sleeping pattern still is right after 25 years. Oh. I mean, at that point, it kind of becomes your nature, right? That's when your day is. Advertising for me. Are you wearing the hoodie? Okay, that makes sense. Quick idea while it's in my head. For those creators that go by pseudonym, could we have a board with pictures and real names? Yes, we can do. Yeah, I'll get those graphics ready because that makes sense. I like it. Yeah, I'm on nights for an entire month after the charity match, which is scary, I'll be honest with you. Right, 1 second. No, I don't want to call. I just want to... No, stop it. Stop it. I just want to add to contacts. Fuck it, that'll do. And then paste, and then make that just the number. I'm such a boomer sometimes. I have invited you to the group. Which should do it. Just stay awake till August. Yeah, I mean, that'll do it. Not even August, 21st of July. I'm like, that'll do. Oh, and there's the transfer window. Yeah, there goes the sleeping pattern entirely. Ah! Right, okay. Anyway, I'm actually going to end the stream at this point because I'm getting sleepy. Well, not sleepy. I'm getting tired. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're not yet. That's always fantastically appreciated. You could even become a channel member. It's $2.99 per month. And even though you've missed this raffle, you can get yourself a ticket to the charity match down below. It's £7 for adults, £3 for kids. And you can also just donate if you fancy. So, hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you later. Toodaloo.